What's up, Twiggies?
Sonic boom payday, outer space heyday, aliens invading my equation, not a layaway.
So in this video, I'm gonna talk about something that a lot of people are probably gonna get pissed about. They're gonna get mad, they're gonna be angry, so fucking sit down, fasten your little safety belts, kiddies, because I'm gonna be talking about why you shouldn't be listening to the jacked guy in the gym. Okay, now let me clarify. Just because somebody's jacked doesn't mean they know what they're doing. But just because someone's jacked doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. This is obvious, and obviously you're not going to listen to someone who's skinny trying to give you advice. But what I'm saying is, just because someone is jacked doesn't mean you should automatically listen to them. So what I'm trying to say is, you gotta realize that genetics play a huge role in how easy you put on muscle, how much muscle you can put on, and your physique overall. For example, I'll tell you something. There's this guy that goes to my gym. He comes into the gym one day and tells me he hasn't been working out for about 2 months. And I look at him, and this guy looks like he's been working out every day. Every day. It looks like he's been on the protein shakes, the juice, the creatine, the everything. And this guy's been taking 2 months off. I don't even want to know what I'd look like if I took 2 months off. You know, there's people who are eating every day, going to the gym every day, and they don't even look as good as this guy who took 2 months off. What I'm saying is that genetics play a huge role in what you look like. And it's not fair. I know it's not fair. I'll just be straight up. I'm not trying to brag, but I am very dedicated. I'm almost never miss my meals. I never cheat on them. And there's a lot of guys that look way bigger than me at my gym and who put in half the amount of work. It's not fair. My point in all this is that just because someone is big doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. I know it's easy to look at the ripped guy and just listen to do what he's doing, listen to what he says, but you gotta remember, just because he's big doesn't mean he knows what's best for you. It's like if someone was born into a rich family, right? Are you gonna ask them about how they got rich? No, because they're born into it. Just like some people are born with muscular bodies, some people are just born with good genetics. They don't even have to work out and they look ripped. I know people like that. But are you gonna listen to the guy who is poor and then got rich, right? And I'm not saying, you know, some people might be born muscular and they might know what they're talking about just through trial and error. They might know. But I'm just saying you have to be careful. You gotta do the research, right? You gotta look at what they're saying to you. You gotta look at the advice they're giving. You gotta look it up and you gotta be thorough. You can't just listen to them because they look good, right? That's ignorant. That's just not a smart idea. I should also mention too, you don't know if they're on juice. You don't know if they're natural or if they're taking enhancements. Right? You never know. That's why you gotta research and just find out for yourself. You know, don't just listen to my channel. Don't just listen to somebody else's channel. Just gather as much information as you can. That's what you really need to do. That's what I did to help me. You know, don't just listen to one guy. Gather as much information as you can, and that'll really help you to get a well-rounded perspective on bodybuilding in general. So what I did when I was skinny, I would look at people who used to be skinny as well, and I would see what they did. Right? It's like going back to the whole rich analogy. Are you going to listen to someone who is born into wealth, or are you going to listen to someone who worked for it? Right? Same sort of thing with muscle building. Are you going to listen to the guy who was born jacked naturally, or are you going to listen to the guy with poor genetics and who had to work really hard for it? That's just something for you guys to think about. Peace.